Hello, I'm Brian Skinner with InformedEntrepreneur.com. I'm here today with Chris Lorch, the president of Alloy Engineering in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today, Chris.
Great.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what Alloy does here in Bridgeport?
Well, Alloy is a manufacturer that started in 1958 in Bridgeport, same location, and we manufacture protective tubes for the process industries. And that could be anything from a nuclear power plant to a truck going over the road carrying a refrigerated product.
What exactly is protective tube sounds like a simple term, but I can't really picture exactly what that is.
Well, it allows the user to insert either an RTD or a thermocouple into a solid pipeline, which then can be fitted into either a pipeline or a process, allowing them to constantly monitor the temperature.
Right. When you say process industries, I think of food processing or something that has a process at the end, but it sounds to me that the process industry is pretty wide range of industries that really aren't coming to the top of my mind. What would you say are the 5 biggest industries that use this type of product?
Oil and chemical are the largest industries that use this product.
Right. That makes sense to me. I imagine if you're having natural gas or oil flow through a pipeline, you need to make sure it stays at a certain temperature, because that might throw off the entire dynamics of the flow.
Also, when they're processing crude oil through their plants, they need all types of monitors for not just flow, but for temperature.
So I imagine with the type of service that you're providing, obviously it's not geared towards individual customers, but towards businesses. Have you been able to acquire and consistently build your business here?
We're well known in the industry. We're what I would call a Cadillac product. We don't service customers who require a non-critical use of a thermal well. We service those industries who have critical measurements and tolerance needs and high nickel alloys.
Right. So they don't have your product. Their business isn't functioning.
It's not functioning well.
Right. Right. Makes sense. Well, let me ask you this. You're growing up in Connecticut. All I hear now is how Connecticut is moving further and further away from manufacturing. It's becoming tougher and tougher to do business here. How is it that you've been able to stay local in Bridgeport for over 50 years and continue to develop and grow your business in a manufacturing sector?
Well, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy for any manufacturer in Connecticut. We have, in the last probably 20 or 30 years, had to continuously redesign our businesses and make ourselves available to every lean process that there is. Because every time we take one step forward, the state of Connecticut bops us in the head and either takes larger taxes, forces mandates on all of its businesses, like sick pay was last year. They continuously mandate things that they really have no reason to mandate.
Right.
If you're a state, you shouldn't be mandating health issues. You shouldn't be mandating retirement issues. Those should be left to the business community or the federal government. It's not the state's job.
Right. I would agree with that. I think in an era of obviously trying economic times, it should be maybe the states or the democracies and federal on a state level to be fostering business and development and increase manufacturing here at home. All you hear about in the news is things moving overseas. Or let me ask you that question: how is that your product has been able to continuously be built here in Bridgeport and maybe hasn't been outsourced to some place like China? What advantage do you have over these overseas manufacturers?
Our product has been outsourced. It's being made in huge quantities in China, Singapore, and in India.
Right.
And one of our largest customers has built their own factories in India just to manufacture the product. And they may be making a lot of those products for uses over there, but here's a perfectly good example. China's electrical grid, which has been expanding to meet their needs daily, can only use raw material and products that can come from Japan or the United States. They will not allow materials that are manufactured in their electrical generation systems to be made in China or India or South America. They have to be made in Japan and the U.S.
So you focus really, I mean, you provide a critical product, you focus on quality, and if something goes wrong with your product, it shuts down the entire operation. So they're demanding a level of quality in a product that delivers consistency.
Well, in the United States and Japan, you can get a quality raw material that you can't get in India or someplace else. It starts at the point in which the raw material is manufactured, before it even becomes bar stock. It needs to be monitored to the utmost standards.
Right.
And China knows that they can't meet those standards with their own products. And they want a quality electrical system that's not going to continuously break down. If they use their own raw materials, and believe me, they are a huge manufacturer of stainless steel product. They use their product, they know it's going to break down at this point. That may not be the same in 20 years, but right now they can't afford to build an integrated system for electrical grids and use their own materials.
Makes sense to me. Well, I can tell you as a resident of Connecticut, I appreciate you, staying local and providing jobs, and I know you're a big supporter of the manufacturing education community in business, but in women in business especially in Southern Connecticut. So thank you again for that. I appreciate you sitting down and taking the time to talk to the state about your business and about the state of manufacturing in Connecticut. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. Brian Skinner, InformedEntrepreneur.com. Again, special thank you to Chris Lorch, the president of Alloy Engineering in Bridgeport, Connecticut.